Sometimes I think as a type 1 diabetic, I get really focused in on those type 1 diabetes specific metrics that I lose sight a bit of the bigger picture of my overall health. First of all, that's not good. I mean, it's not been great for me if I'm not looking at my overall health. But equally, I think when I've really looked at my overall health, I'm finding that I have all sorts of other things that aren't so obviously related to type 1 diabetes that can positively impact those metrics and my overall health. So this is winner, winner, chicken dinner. And I'm very happy to announce that today's video is sponsored by Well Theory. Well Theory is an online platform that offers evidence-based lifestyle and nutrition coaching specifically targeted for people with autoimmune conditions. Hello, the dream. Well Theory uses this holistic approach to address the 5 pillars of health, which they've identified as nutrition, stress management, sleep, movement, and connection to self, others, and community. After my intake call, which was very intricate and detailed, I got matched with a registered dietitian because I had highlighted that I wanted to focus in on optimizing my digestion. So what that's looked like practically for me is every couple weeks I meet with my registered dietitian online for a one-on-one video call, and I discuss things that I want to improve, and she helps offer me suggestions of ways that I can improve that. So like, for example, when I really listed out what I was eating, which I hadn't even really thought about, there was not a lot of healthy fats in there. She's helped me incorporate more healthy fats in my diet and recommended actual recipes that I can try. A couple weeks ago, David and I went to Disney World, and I was talking to my registered dietitian, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm gonna be trapped in a theme park and I'm not gonna be able to do all the positive things. I expressed those concerns to her, and she really practically worked through like, okay, what is generally on offer there? How can we make sure you're creating those healthy, balanced meals, but within what's realistically on offer in the theme park? And all the while, she's been really sensitive and aware to the fact that I'm type 1 diabetic. What I need and how I can implement changes may not be at the same pace as somebody that doesn't live with a chronic condition. So that's where that specialization in autoimmunity has really come into its own, and I've so appreciated that. If any of you guys are interested in giving Well Theory a try, I have got a special link that'll give you $50 off your first month. So if you go to trywelltheory.com/she's diabetic, that is where you can find that special discount, and I will also link that down in the description box as well. So special thanks to Well Theory for helping me overall in my health, but also sponsoring this video. So the first thing that I've been doing is addressing and optimizing my digestion. Doing things like adding in fats into meals. When I really looked at what I was eating, there was not a lot of healthy fat there. Walking after meals. I've also been taking L-glutamine powder to help heal my intestinal lining, giving myself 3-hour plus breaks in between eating to make sure that I'm not constantly overwhelming my digestive system with things that it needs to process, so it gets that bit of rest. And like hydration. This is such an obvious one and everybody talks about it, but when I've really focused in on it for like, you know, a good solid amount of time, I've seen the positive impact that it has on my digestion. Those are just some really specific to me things. Some of them are pretty widely applicable, but in terms of the supplements and stuff like that, of course I'm gonna say, you know, you guys work with your doctor, your healthcare team, to make sure that you're doing things that are right for you and your body. When my digestive system is in an uproar, I don't know if I'm gonna have like a post-meal spike like 3 hours later. If I'm introducing more fat into my meals, more healthy fat into my meals, then I'm stabilizing my blood sugar, I'm having less cravings, I'm fuller for longer, so I'm not reaching for the high sugar snacks. And if I'm not on this whirlwind of sugar and processed foods, which sometimes I get onto, it's just way better. So the next one that has been really positive for me is just straight up walking. When I am walking or moving more, it's such a great way for me to get exercise in that isn't super high impact, so it doesn't make me crash with my levels or spike with my levels, because some exercise can do that too. I just love it. I love going out walking, listening to a podcast, listening to music, talking to a friend, walking with my husband David. Like, it's just so therapeutic to me. I can go out on a walk and get fresh air and feel more clear, positive for my digestion. It's just win, 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 win all the way around. And again, another tremendously positive effect on my blood sugar in combination with all that other stuff. Next up, just straight up addressing my emotional health and paying attention to what I need. This is just so important in my opinion, especially with type 1 diabetes, because it is such a stressful condition to live with. We don't get a break. We can't clock out. It is like 24/7, 365, so omnipresent. And that is stressful and wearing. And I know, like, I'm always so positive on here, and it's not a lie. I truly am, and I truly try to stay like positive and upbeat, especially from a diabetes perspective. But it's hard sometimes, and sometimes I go through periods of burnout and periods where I'm just like so frustrated. So for me, that looks like seeing a therapist and listing out 3 things that I'm grateful for every morning and 3 things that have gone well during the day at the end of the day. If I'm in a good place up here, I'm making better choices, I'm kinder to myself, I'm having more grace with myself, I have more self-confidence, so I believe that I can do things that are more difficult or deal with things that are difficult that come my way, which is like daily with type 1 diabetes, right? So all those things, they have such a positive cascade in life in general, but especially, again, feeds back into the benefits towards my type 1 diabetes. And my last one, which does tie in very much to the third one, but is so important that I wanted to mention it on its own, is saying no to things and slowing down. Sometimes I think living with type 1 diabetes, I am like of this mindset that like I'm so not gonna let this condition slow me down that I work in overdrive to like prove me and everybody else wrong. Which, first of all, this is nonsense. You can definitely do whatever you want with type 1 diabetes, but like this crazy overdrivey prove thing that I've gotten myself into is not helpful, and it is needlessly introducing more stress. Realizing when I need to rest and recover, first of all, realizing that, very important. Second of all, acting on that. Not saying, I'll rest tonight, I'll get sleep tonight, I can slow down tonight, but I gotta keep going right now. Not pushing off that recovery that is so needed, and letting myself relax. And realizing that is important. This may sound so obvious, but for me, it's been one that I've really got to focus in on. I want to be there for everything and everyone and do what I need to do 100% all the time. But sometimes I have to say no to things to make sure I'm prioritizing that I get that rest or that relaxation or that time alone, which for me, I'm a recharger when I'm on my own and things are quiet. The recharge looks different for everyone. Some people really recharge in social situations. So saying yes to a social situation is like a big positive. And not that it's not a positive for me, but I know that is going to deplete my energy in a way. So I really need to be conscious of that and build in rest and recovery time when I have a lot going on socially, especially. If I'm showing up in that more productive, focused state of mind, I'm making better choices, and I'm in a better place with myself, and I'm in a more positive place, which has a positive effect on my blood sugars, and the whole thing cascades positively towards my type 1 diabetes. I realize this is really personal, and what works for me may not be what works for you guys. So please please share with me down below. What do you do? What are the things that really help you be in the best place possible and show up as like the best human being possible? What are those things? Because I'm always interested in dying to know what people do, and especially with my diet buddies here, I want to know. So if you feel up for it, please let me know in the comments down below. As always, I wish you guys a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. I wish you great blood sugars, positive states of mind, and holistic health views that help you on the whole to live your best, most wonderful life, type 1 diabetes included. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.